But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done. I'm terrified.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 creepiest things caught on body cam footage.
I need Narcan! I got you.
For this list, we'll be looking at the scariest and most unsettling things that were reportedly captured by police officers and other authority figures wearing body cameras. How would you have reacted to these situations? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, escaping a kidnapper. A man named Melvin Porter kidnapped his ex-girlfriend and drove her down the East X freeway in Texas.
It's a miracle this woman was not injured.
She asked Porter to pull over at a gas station so she could use the restroom, which allowed police officers the time to arrive at the station to arrest Porter. When the criminal allegedly reached for a weapon, they opened fire, leading to a shootout. During the tense exchange, one of the police officers manages to attract the attention of the victim and escorts her to safety.
Come here.
The woman is shaken but very appreciative, and she would be okay. Porter was killed in the gunfight.
You're okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Number 9, the Arlington Monster. Police officers get some weird calls, weird and terrifying. The creep factor of this video comes not in the visuals but the audio. As officers sit in their car, they get a report of an unknown creature that is stalking the nearby area.
Unsure of what kind of animal it is, but it's 8 or 9 feet tall.
The imagination is certainly spurned when the creature is described. It allegedly stands around 8 feet tall and is walking on 5 legs.
This character's name is Sai.
Okay.
And it's based on your psychological image of what fear is. So that's nothing specific, just your imagination. That's why you probably got a lot of different descriptions.
The police officers head out into the night to investigate, probably wondering just what in the heck they're getting themselves into. Luckily, everything turned out okay.
And you have so many calls.
My bad. I did not mean to cause a disturbance.
No. You're fine. You're fine. It's
unusual.
It's very unusual.
It was just a man in an elaborate Halloween costume, and the police joked around and even took photos as a little memento. Number 8, stopping a radical. This footage seems like any other confrontational arrest. Police hold the suspect on the ground, apply pressure to his back, and slap a pair of handcuffs on him.
You got him? What's your first name?
They proceed to go through his pockets and find 3 concealed knives. That's plenty scary enough, but the true horror comes from the story behind the arrest. This man is a bomb maker and a prospective terrorist named Khalid Ali.
Oh, another knife? No, just getting out.
Third knife.
Ali was arrested following an extensive counterterrorism operation, and he was found to be plotting an attack against the English police and government.
Okay, so how many times have you pressed the button to cause an explosion?
Probably more than 300 times.
He was given 3 life sentences for the plot and for making Taliban bombs. Number 7, Toddler Saved from House Fire. Fires always make for intense footage, especially when it involves children.
What's the kid's name?
This body cam is worn by a first responder in Wisconsin who was providing assistance at a mobile home fire in West Allis.
Hey, MJ, come here! MJ, come on, buddy! MJ, it's okay, buddy!
Police race to action and attempt to rescue a 3-year-old child that is trapped inside. This makes for white-knuckle viewing, with the raging flames, billowing smoke, and panicked voices of the officers, adding a serious sense of unease. Luckily, a firefighter was able to rip apart the window, climb inside, and rescue the child, who was then given to one of the officers. He was then taken to the hospital and ultimately recovered. It's a happy ending to an otherwise very unsettling situation. Number 6, wanted man finally arrested. This footage depicts a routine traffic stop conducted by deputies of Oconee County, Georgia, but it's hiding a sinister secret.
What's your last name?
Sakim.
Sakim, okay. Alright, I'm gonna have you go and step out the vehicle for me.
The man, giving the name Ray Seckham, was pulled over for driving on a suspended license.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to place you into custody today, okay? You're gonna have to go down to jail.
Oh no.
You gotta get booked in, they're gonna take your fingerprints.
Following his arrest, Seckham was taken to jail and fingerprinted. It was then that police made a horrifying and long-awaited discovery.
They put me under arrest right now. I don't know.
The fingerprints were matched to one Mohammed Bilal El Amin, who had been wanted for nearly 30 years. El Amin shot and killed an 18-year-old back in 1994 and successfully evaded the police until 2022. Aside from the homicide itself, he was also charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. After nearly 3 decades, the law finally caught up to El Amin, and it was all captured on camera.
El Amin, who had a nationwide FBI bulletin on him for years, is now at the Fulton County Jail charged with murder.
Number 5, sudden collapse.
I remember just not feeling right, and then I fall back.
The leading cause of overdose deaths in 2021, fentanyl is a major contributor to the opioid epidemic. 50 times more potent than heroin, fentanyl is an extremely powerful drug.
Yeah, it's a powder.
It could be cocaine or fentanyl, dude. It tested positive for fentanyl. This stuff's no joke, dude. It's super dangerous.
This video is taken from the body camera of police officer Scott Crane, who was training Deputy David Fiavai. During an arrest, Deputy Fiavai placed his face close to where he'd been testing bags of fentanyl and methamphetamine. While secondhand contact cannot cause overdose, there's speculation that he collapsed as a result of accidental ingestion. He lay on the ground as Crane grabbed pockets of naloxone administered to him. This drug is used to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. Luckily, Fiavai survived.
Oh, no. Don't be sorry. You're okay. Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. I got you, okay? I'm not gonna let you die.
Number 4, hostage rescue. The following seems like it could have been taken straight out of a Hollywood thriller. So exciting and tense is the footage. Police were sent to a house in Greeley, Colorado owing to a restraining order violation.
We don't want anything bad to happen, guys.
There they found an active hostage crisis, as the armed suspect was holding several people against their will. After finding a ladder in the backyard, Officer Steve Perkins climbs into an upstairs window, rescuing 2 children while keeping his gun trained on the door.
I'm going in.
It makes for pulse-pounding footage, equal parts gripping and frightening. What we don't see is the conclusion.
Okay, you guys start getting ready to go.
After further negotiations, 2 more hostages were safely released, though the suspect took his own life. Number 3, the Seattle Zombie Woman. Back in May 2021, a terrifying series of videos took the world by storm. Taking place in Seattle, they depicted a woman in some type of distress.
Hey, ma'am. Hey, it's okay. Hey. We're trying to help you.
She was loudly howling, and people referred to her as the Zombie Woman, owing to her shuffling gait and disturbing appearance. Police were called on the woman, and their interactions with her were captured on BodyCam.
No, ma'am, have a seat.
They approach the woman and attempt to calm her down, and she eventually lays on the ground. As the police examine her, they discover what appears to be fake blood and makeup.
Ma'am, are you able to tell us what's going on yet? Ma'am.
Looks like makeup.
Turns out this was all a political stunt to protest the COVID vaccine. For a while there, she had us all going, and we were scared senseless. Number 2, the Chris Watts interview.
There's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is, and in about 5 minutes, there's going to be 2 of us.
The case of Christopher Lee Watts is a very famous one. On August 13, 2018, Watts killed his pregnant wife and 2 children and disposed of their bodies at an oil site. Later that day, police responded to a missing persons report and visited Watts at the family home.
How long have you guys been married?
So, we've been together 8 years, married 6 this year.
Okay. And this is very unusual behavior?
Their interactions with Watts were caught on their body cameras, and the footage is chilling.
Kids need medication too, and apparently she didn't take their medication either.
Watts conjures up numerous lies as the police question him and search the house.
So like when she got back from the airport last night, usually like she just dumped it in the bed. Like most of the time when she does that, she'll want to wash the sheets the next day to get the airport off of them since she just came off the airport. Okay. That's the only thing I can think of.
His suspiciously calm demeanor is also noteworthy, as he doesn't appear worried and seemingly has an answer to every question.
Have you tried to contact any of them?
Oh yeah, we've exhausted every option. The last thing I'm going to do is hospitals, hotels.
Watts eventually confessed to killing his wife and was arrested. He pled guilty to the homicides and was given 5 life sentences.
Does she have any other friends in this neighborhood?
No, we haven't talked to many people around here, honestly.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Jordan Turpin escapes her house. The Turpin case became international news when it broke in the winter of 2018. David and Louise Turpin kept their 13 children imprisoned and mostly hidden from the world.
Hi, Jordan. Hi, what's going on?
I just ran away from home.
Okay.
I live in a family of 15.
They were regularly mistreated and starved, and they suffered from malnutrition and cognitive impairment. They were finally freed after Jordan Turpin managed to escape and call the police.
Our parents are abusing. They abuse us. But the reason I called and the reason I managed to get out here, this is one of the most scariest things I've ever done.
After arriving at the scene, a responding officer spoke with the teenage Turpin, who didn't know what the word medication was, had a generally limited vocabulary, and showed the deputy a picture of her chained-up siblings.
Do you take any medication?
What's medication?
Medication?
Yeah, what's medication?
Do you take pills?
It's both horrifying and absolutely heartbreaking. Later, police raided the Turpin house and found many notable signs of neglect and filth.
Ma'am, why don't you step over here for a minute? Okay, with you. And sir, step over here for a second.
Both parents were arrested and sentenced to life in prison.